At this time, I have an important safety announcement concerning the use of the exterior platforms. First, another reminder that there is no crossing from car to car. Have 3 points of contact, but do not lean on any of the chains near the platform. Because we've experienced some rain, be extra careful outside as the platforms and the linoleum by the doorways can be slippery. Anyone under the age of 16 needs to be accompanied by a responsible adult while outside. Finally, please be aware of your fellow passengers and share the limited platform space so everyone has a chance to enjoy them. With all of that said, the conductor has given us the go-ahead to step outside and make use of those exterior platforms. approach milepost 5.8, you'll be coming up on the Denver station. This is a regular flight stop for our railroad because of the popular hiking trail in this area. In a few moments, we'll be passing a red caboose on the right. This caboose was once part of the White Pass rolling stock, but was given to the Forest Service to serve as an overnight hiker's cabin. After we pass the caboose, we'll make our first crossing over the Skagway River along the Denver Glacier. Over the Denver Glacier Bridge. On the left, will be a view of the train curving over this bridge. On the right will be a view of the Denver Valley.
trees that will give us a great view of the river valley, Skagway, and even a few of those cruise ships we have in port today. When we reach this clearing, be sure to look over your left shoulder for a view of the Denver Glacier Bridge, which we just crossed about a mile back.
folks out there, this river you're seeing off the left side, right below you, it's still the Skagway River, but it's now a Class 6 rapids. What we saw back in town, closer, where it was a little bit calmer, that is normal river. But this up here, all throughout the area, rapids have not been completed yet. They are unnavigable. I think Red Bull even tried to come out and do it, and they could not. So pretty neat as you go along. Yeah, gives you that sense of Alaska adventure for sure.
construction, Michael Henney, was a brilliant engineer and dedicated leader. He worked around the clock to oversee and organize one of the most highly educated and inexperienced workforce anyone had ever seen. 35,000 workers would help to build this railroad before earning enough money to continue on to the Klondike. While injuries were frequent, there were just 35 recorded fatalities that occurred on the job. Maurice Dunn and Alex Juneau had been hanging from ropes working on a massive overhang of granite when it suddenly came loose and fell on the two men, crushing them instantly. Unable to retrieve the bodies without disturbing the remains, Michael Henney marked the boulder with a wooden cross to serve as both a tribute to these two men and all the workers who died during the railroad's construction. The cross is about 50 feet below the train on the left. It stands directly on top of the massive boulder we call Black Cross Rock. moments, the trees on our left will clear, giving us a view of the largest waterfall we'll see on our trip, Bridal Veil Falls. It's a view that can only be seen from our train, fed by the Carmet Glacier high above. Its waters cascade over 5,000 feet to the valley floor. It was said that even the most jaded stampeder couldn't help but to stop and admire its beauty. Several clearings in the trees on our left. If you look upwards across the valley, you should be able to see what looks like a road along the mountainside. What we're seeing is not a highway, but our railroad. We call it the Highline section. It's about 3 miles ahead by rail and 700 feet above us from where we are now. You can see our famous wooden trestle bridge over the deep chasm of Glacier Gorge, which will lead us into our first tunnel. And yes, we are headed up there. our second crossing over the Skagway River, we'll have another great view of the entire train on the left and a beautiful view of the valley on the right. Once we clear this bridge, we'll begin our climb up to the High Line. your cameras ready because in a few moments we'll be taking the wooden trestle bridge across the glacier gorge. We're approximately 1,000 feet above the valley floor, and out the left side we'll have a spectacular view of the entire train as it takes us into our first tunnel of the day. This tunnel is 250 feet in length, so be prepared for a few moments of darkness. See a body of water in the distance. That is Skagway's harbor again. Now, from a distance of about 12 miles, you might even be able to spot some of your ships we have in port today.
There's one of the cruise ships. Yeah.
only two trails they could take through these mountains, the steeper Chillicoot Trail or the longer White Pass Trail. Both were grueling and perilous, but the White Pass was especially attractive to the inexperienced who were eager to use pack animals to make this arduous climb easier. Many stampeders lacked the skills or patience to care for their animals properly. Most didn't at all. As the trail climbed, it grew more and more dangerous, and so too did their desperation. It would be the horses who paid the ultimate price. Thousands of them perished due to overwork, poor nutrition, and excessive burdens. Many were claimed by the treacherous pass itself, where a single misstep led to fatal falls of hundreds of feet. Others were shot or abandoned when they could no longer continue, because it was far cheaper to replace the animal than it was to feed it. Milepost 17.5, known as Dead Horse Gulch, remains a poignant reminder of this tragic chapter in Gold Rush history. Appalled by the cruelty they witnessed, railroad engineers took care to ensure the welfare of our horses used to help build the railway, ultimately bringing an end to the brutal conditions of the White Pass Trail. Here on our left, we'll see the famous steel cantilever bridge coming into view. It stands 250 feet tall, and when it was completed in 1901, it was the largest rail bridge of its kind in the world. Don't worry, you won't be crossing this bridge. It was retired in 1969 and replaced by the bridge ahead of us, which is the one we'll be taking. As we cross this ravine, we'll have a great parallel view of the steel cantilever before we enter our second tunnel of the day. It's nearly 3 times longer than the first, so be prepared for a longer period of darkness. Some differences: our train largely parallels the route this trail once took. With the summit and the Canadian border just over a half a mile ahead, the two routes converged in this area. This trail was scarcely wider than the benches in our coach cars, teeming with people and burdened with pack animals. On this narrow path, two continuous streams of travelers flowed, one marching north toward the summit in pursuit of distant riches, and the others descending south through the pass they had just conquered. Why would they do this? Because the goldfields were in a remote environment that could barely sustain a small population, let alone the influx of tens of thousands. Faced with the looming threat of mass starvation, the Canadian government intervened. No stampeder bound for the Klondike could cross the border without the necessary food and equipment. Weighing in over 2,000 pounds, this was famously called the 1 ton of goods. Hiking all of those provisions over these mountains was an undertaking impossible to complete in a single trip, forcing the gold seekers to make dozens of trips along the trail to transport all of their supplies up this pass. Approaching the international border. Sharply above us and to the left will be a small obelisk marking the actual border itself. Just past the obelisk stands a row of 5 flags. In order, they are the United States, Alaska, British Columbia, the Yukon, and Canada. These signify the regions of our railroads. These signify the regions our railroad travels through, and the international collaboration behind its construction. Behind the flags is a small wooden cabin with a sign reading NWMP. This is a replica of the border station used by the Northwest Mounted Police. Day and night they stood guard through extreme wind, snow, and freezing temperatures to inspect every stampeder and ensure they had their 1 ton of goods. track, which will turn our train around so we can face the opposite direction. So after taking this loop, everyone will be in the opposite side for our ride back down to Skagway along the same set of tracks we took up the mountain.
Not here. We're gonna do a quick loop and then we're gonna head back down. Yeah.
Get out and see how cold it really is.
Somewhere between chilly and myrrh is what I've been told. But also, I think it's like 15 to 16
I had to
degrees.
throw a snowball at you.
At this point, we all had met our roaming guides, Tyler and Samantha. The next
If you can
thing
catch some, go for it. But
will be empty-handed. They will have some
it's not like I'm hard to find. I got this all too.
That snow and broke out.
The first item is our exclusive White Pass and Yukon Route baseball style hat for $15. This hat is special because it's only sold on board the train and nowhere else, not even in our own gift shop in town. It comes in black and features the 125th anniversary White Pass logo on the front, and embroidered on the bill is the golden spike that marks